Hi, today my vlog is in response to a video vlog by a woman named Ella May Lentz. Ella is a famous poet. She's a deaf poet. Deaf people have looked up to her for a very long time. For about 21 years ago, I saw one of her video vlogs. It was a poem that she had done. And today I found it again on YouTube. I thought it was really cool. She actually posts vlogs fairly often. She gets a grant for her videos, and 3 days ago I noticed she had a vlog about oralism versus speaking. So I thought that was really interesting because that same exact day I was thinking about oralism with deaf people, people who read lips and who use oral transliteration. I am actually an interpreter myself. I can, and I consider myself a transliterator as well. I can do ASL, English, or transliteration. I can do all three. My experience as an interpreter, I have worked with many different people, all the way from deaf people who are very strong in ASL, people who are strong with English, and people who mostly read lips. I have to fit my client every time. I have to adjust my work to fit my clients. I have also known that typically deaf oral people aren't necessarily looked down upon or looked down on ASL. I just think that they're skilled in speaking. Doesn't mean that they necessarily look down on sign language. This is my experience as, transliterating with lip reading with deaf people. Things that I've noticed is that some people talk about high focus on speech reading and speech practice. Some people say that language isn't like math or science, it's a waste of time. But really, it's not just knowing how to talk. It's knowing, it's having that common sense, being able to find the words. I believe that all deaf people are the same as any other person. I just wanted to express that I am not for or against anything. I don't think that ASL is better than English. I don't think that English is better than ASL. I feel like they're all the same. And that's what Ella was talking about. I just wanted to support her comment. I guess that's all. I just wanted to express my opinion about, as someone who works with many, many different kinds of deaf people. I just wanted to kind of let the world know that deaf oralism isn't necessarily just reading lips also. It's probably about 40%. But I'm sorry, I could only read 40%, but someone who is raised oral is almost 100%. It's the location, it's the contrasting, it's the body movements. Facial expressions, of course, are used. There's a different register depending on the topic or the consumer. And I don't think that this necessarily matters if you can hear anything or a little bit or a lot. also think it's important to understand that sometimes deaf people don't understand, even if they are raised oral. It's also known that many deaf people aren't very skilled in English, but for oralism people, sometimes they can understand everything just by reading their lips. But it's impossible to read lips when someone is not directly facing you. Or in one instance, I assumed that they had to look at each other, but for this specific client, it was his son. And so, he said, I don't have to face her. I don't have to sign with her. They understand me. But it is better if you are face to face with each other. If deaf people want to talk and want to read lips, I think that's fine. But to force deaf people to be orally raised, or to force them to be raised on sign language, I don't think that's respectful. I feel like we need to respect all different types of deaf people. I feel like that doesn't match the client's needs. I feel like we need to respect everyone. That's my job as an interpreter, to be able to match everyone's linguistic levels. We have a CPC called the Code of Professional Conduct that requires me to recognize and be able to match different consumers, to be able to use the language that the consumer is most easily understood. It's part of the job to be able to match and to recognize everyone's style. Anyway, that's all. Thank you, LMA, for allowing me to express my opinion and my experiences and my view on this. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.